Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, March 23rd, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I expand my I am, exploring myself inside out. And today we have some interesting astro going on. It is the first full day of Mercury retrograde, and speaking of Mercury retrograde, I managed to leave all of my cards at the place that I'm staying. So, not all of my cards. I have so many, but the cards I usually use. So, we're going to be using some other cards today, but it's perfect. You know, there's always a plan. In this energy, Moon in Gemini, very good time to be vigilant that you are not overthinking and that you really are taking this process within. We have some building stuff. We have one major connection today. And we have a yod. We have a yod going on. And so definitely some strong energies going on right now. Let's start with the aspect today that we have going on. Venus square Pluto, 21 degrees. So this is allowing us to expand, working that expansion energy by nurturing ourselves, by nurturing our love, by nurturing our self-love. And I think that's the key in this. Venus in Aries, loving the self. Can you expand in love with yourself? Can you expand in love for yourself? That Pluto energy may give us reasons outside of us why we think we can't. All those reasons, because my job isn't pay enough, I don't drive a nice enough car, I don't wear nice enough clothing, all of that outside stuff may come up. All of that society stuff may come up and challenge that self-love. But as that comes up, I posted something like this from somebody this week. It says anytime these things come up, it's showing you that you really do love yourself, and it's giving you an opportunity to dive in deeper to self-love. So don't shame yourself for those things coming up, but love yourself beyond it. Dig in, nurture yourself, expand your I am from exploring the inside out and shifting that wounding, and you'll be in a really good place for the next level of energy that's coming in. Now, what I think is feeding into this yod today, God, it feels really strong. The yod is ultimately pointing at Jupiter. Is Jupiter 22 degrees? Yes, Jupiter is 22 degrees, so master level energy with this 22-degree Jupiter being focused on the finger of God. So Jupiter is like, this is where your expansion is going to happen. Exploring the inside out, being willing to dig into the shadows, being willing to see. The Venus is part of the yod where you haven't been loving yourself, where you haven't been showing up for yourself. This is not about anybody else. This really is about you. And the moon in Gemini, feeding into this yod energy. That moon is like, and where is your thinking? Collaborating those places where you're not loving yourself. Today is the day when the shadows come up, that it's a really potent time to address them, shift them, and love on yourself a little bit more. Now, this is leading into a major cardinal T-square tomorrow between Mars, the Sun, and the Moon, which will be moving into Cancer. And that's going to be like an exact T-square. So that's going to be some tensions. What came up with that is, who's the boss? Well, you're the boss. You are the boss of your life. You, your heart, your soul. That's the boss. But with this T-square energy, you may feel those pulls. The pull, well, this has been comfortable. This is what my family wants. The pull of, well, this is how society feels that I should live my life. This is how society wants me to take action. And there's that Sun in Aries being like, who are you? And are you being true to your I am vibration? Now, what's also interesting about tomorrow is tomorrow energy starts with 3 degrees. That expansion degree, and then shifts to the 4, the revolution energy. So tomorrow is definitely going to be one of those tempestuous days, which is why today that focus on the yod, the focus on your own shadows, Not everything outside of yourself, but the focus on that within, the focus on you moving through that into a deeper essence of self-love, that's going to be really important to help you set the stage for what is coming in. Besides that, we have the moon in Gemini making the rest of the connections. Now remember, moon in Gemini ties our thoughts and feelings. So you may have thoughts coming up that are stirring the feelings, or you may have feelings coming up that are stirring the thoughts. Either way, keep seeing if they are in alignment with your self-love practice. Move them through your heart, move them through your solar plexus, and keep remembering your own divine worth. So the moon is going to meet up with Mercury, newly retrograde, taking us into our I am so we can shed the layers of things that no longer serve. With this connection, it really could add to the retrograde symptoms of miscommunications and silly technology issues, that kind of thing. So be very vigilant. Also find your flow. It's 16 degrees. So it's like, okay, what's my flow? Stuff's taking extra timing. Oh my gosh, this didn't work out exactly right. Patience. What is your lesson in this? Keep coming back to that. You'll be able to move right through it. The moon is also supporting Venus. And I think that moon supporting Venus at the same time that Venus is preparing to square Pluto energy, moon's like, I got your back. Hey, you got this. You're lovely. You're shiny. You're worth it. So the moon in Gemini is talking up Venus, adding that support and nurturing. Let your mind nurture yourself. Today may be a really good day to sit and look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you are just so lovely. You are so awesome. You do really great things in the world. I honor you for honoring your I am. Talk yourself up. Be good. Be kind to yourself. The final connection of the day is the moon in Gemini connecting to Uranus. Again, amping up. Look at that thing behind me. That is an alien behind me. He's not looking because he's like, they see it. Moon in Gemini connecting to Uranus energy. It's this a higher vibration of the first thing that I mentioned with this moon connecting to Mercury. And so, again, the mischievous imps of the universe may be up, causing issues, technology stuff, snafus, communication stuff. Yet, with this connection, get right with your vibration. Get right with your intent and move from the heart, intention, place. You know, even if somebody takes you wrong, in that way, you know where you are coming from and you are in your divine integrity, and that's what's important. And just remember, with these growing T-square energy, tensions are rising. And people don't do well with tension. People get reactionary. We talked about that with Mercury going retrograde. What is your responsibility versus your reaction to things? Get into your responsibility. Come into the intent of the heart. Let that move you forward. So let's get into cards. I pulled a dragon card because dragons. And because I love them. And I love this card. And this actually connects with the card I pulled yesterday from the Kuan Yin Oracle. It is the green gold dragon from Sirius. And it says, brings universal knowledge to your spiritual journey. Drawing this card suggests you invite these luminous beings to swirl around you, touching your chakras with sacred geometry of the universe. Then ask them to tune you into any aspect of higher knowledge that you can bring forward now. Sit quietly. Allow this to happen. You may receive a download of information, or various keys and codes that you carry in your soul may light up. If so, you will become a transmitter who broadcasts sacred knowledge, though you may not be consciously aware of it. This is a very powerful dragon, so notice subtle changes in your thoughts and attitudes. Hey, help us with our thoughts. Green gold dragon from Sirius. Your dreams may reveal memories of your travels with the wonderful green gold dragons from Sirius. That would be delightful. So, dragons to help us shift our frequencies, help us shift our vibrations. I pulled, since I didn't bring my Osho Tarot, I have Spirit Song Tarot, a gift from a lovely friend, and I love it. It's the Knight of Acorns, which is a warthog. Hakuna Matata means no worries. Action, drive, moving forward, heart focus. This is the intensity card in the Osho deck. So we're moving forward, taking that action. 10 of feathers, that's the 10 of swords. That is recovery and transformation. What I get from this, though, is don't get stuck in your head. Be driven forward by the passion within you rather than overthinking everything. And the 4 of crystals just kind of sums it up. 4 of crystals, control, security. Cute little otter thing going on there. What I feel like with this card, though, is really getting grounded and centered within yourself. There is going to be a lot of stimulation from outside of ourselves. There are going to be the things pulling you this way, that way. Take action, not from here, but based on your own integrity, based on that intent that we spoke of. Let that drive you forward, that place of center. And to finish up, Sacred Rebels, because Aries, because rebellious Aries. And it's really beautiful because I think that this is going to be the work that's really going on under the surface. Release the dark wound and let love live. If we detach something from its source too soon, trying to force it to become what is not yet ready or willing to become, we can unintentionally sap it of its strength and kill it. There is a dark wound in the consciousness of humanity which demands perfection and denies process. If you are thinking of publishing, or thinking of, if you are thinking of publishers, before you have even written the book, if you are comparing your unfinished song idea to the latest best-selling pop release, if you have decided you are not good enough or worthy enough to succeed before you've given it everything you've got and asked for divine help, then this dark wound has you in its grasp. It is a worth thing. You're worthy of process. You're worthy of every minute it takes for you to get into the divine essence of your soul. Right. You have to let go of the death grip idea of perfectionism and let yourself and your ideas live. Love is abundant, creative, and inspiring. It moves us so much more joyously and creatively than fear. You are being asked to honor the path of your own love. What inspires you? What feels exciting, joyful, perhaps even rather different? Let that live. Release the dark wounding of false belief. There are countless stories of vastly successful artists who were very nearly binned the project that was the making of their career because of the despair fostered by their own dark nature. They doubted. They were uncertain. Was their work any good? Was it useless? They struggled to believe in the right of a work to come to life, whether it was accepted, revered, or rejected by others or not. They nearly lost their work to fear. Undoubtedly, there have been many times when this has actually happened, and the work was not saved and not allowed to live. Do not let this happen to you. Whether something is meant to be a commercially oriented venture or a more personal creation for your own therapeutic healing, it must be allowed to be without judgment, without criticism, even without premature evaluation. It must be allowed to be what it is, and only time, love, patience, attention, and your own heart-driven passion will reveal it. So, I'm going to read the healing process. Say the declaration below out loud 3 times. Be in your heart and really feel what you are expressing. I now choose my own free will to release all cellular memories and belief systems based in the dark wound of criticism, judgment, shaming, and fear, so that my creative, loving energy may thrive in a nourishing environment conducive to growth, through all time and space, through all dimensions of my being, through unconditional love. So be it. Sacred Rebels, let's rebel past these walls, past these blocks, and step into our next level. So that is it for today. You can always book a reading at GaiaBlooming.com if you would like to have your own astro chart work looked at. I'm so retrograding right now. Readings by Joe are up there, and he will be offering more offerings soon. He's doing some really great work, and I highly recommend checking out a session with him. Besides that, there is enough love in the world for you, and the better it gets, the better it gets. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.